Howdy, welcome back to Mogs and Dogs. So this next video is about our time in Washington. So this is after I drove from Colorado to Washington. And you're gonna see, I worked in a bunch of YouTube short clips, mainly to keep continuity to the story and what was happening. What I didn't do was include all the clips about Thor and his injury. So if you're interested in that, he cut open his leg chasing a cat in the field and he had to have surgery. So you can see that in the YouTube shorts. Just go to the shorts, check those out. There's a whole bunch of them about it. But the rest of it is about the truck and the cold weather and having trouble starting it. So what this picks up a couple days after I got there, when the weather was still fairly warm. So the truck was starting, but it was not running that great. And then it gets really cold, and that's when the fun really begins. So enjoy, and I'll catch up to you later. I just started it. A lot of smoke. After a few minutes, still a decent amount of smoke, and I'm definitely getting smoke here. So I have a leak in there somewhere. That's a different problem, but still, decent amount of smoke. About 20-30 minutes later, we still have a decent amount of smoke here. Alright, we're going to try to start the Unimog in 2-degree weather. Never tried it this low, so I have no idea how this is going to go. Didn't work so far. Right. Batteries are not happy. Definitely glad we're doing this in somebody's house. Okay, so we charged the batteries last night. We're up to 13 volts. Last time we were at 12.5. So let's see if we can actually start the truck today. It is 1 degree right now. Nothing yet. Another fail. Alright, what else is going on in 0-degree weather? So, good news, the diesel heater is working. So that's cranking right now, and actually it's getting very warm in here. I extended the exhaust pipe, so that's done. One thing that is not working are these roll-up doors. This one here, which is my garage, does not work at all. Cannot get it open. This one I could get open, and this one I could get open, so that's good. And then lastly, the battery system is working, which is great. I'm actually charging at the moment. We were down to 82%, so I didn't lose all my battery because of the cold, which I didn't expect. And then the inverter's working, it's charging, and we're getting power to the diesel heater and the plugs over there, so that's great. So I guess if we were stuck, which we are because it won't start, at least we can be comfortable in the back and survive. Let's try it again. A little more gas this time, or fuel. Pump it. We almost had it. It's almost there. All right, next time we will use either. It's trying. Nothing. Oh well. All right, I want to address a few things that people have said in the comments. First of all, this truck does not have glow plugs. Didn't come with glow plugs, doesn't have them, so that's that. It also does not have any kind of coolant heating system in there, although that might be something we could add in the future. It does not have a block heater, so we can't plug it in and heat the block. So there's no heating mechanism for this engine at all. All we have on this that's cold weather related is a start pilot system, which is kind of like a built-in ether system, but we can't get the canisters of start pilot that fit in the nozzle in the system, so there's no way to recharge it or refill it without getting fancy and trying to come up with a solution. There's no way to do it. So what I do have is I have a can of ether. We're gonna try that today, and I'm just gonna squirt this in the snorkel. Another issue is gelling and I put this Stanidine stuff in the tank the last time we filled this up. So we shouldn't have a problem with gelling. I put it in the tank. We drove it for like an hour afterwards. We drove it off-road, so there was a lot of movement in the tank. So it should have been mixed in pretty well. So I don't think we should have a gel problem. Doesn't mean we don't have one. It's also, I think -4 was the lowest it's gotten. And right now it's 3 degrees. So we're gonna try the ether, spray it. The batteries are completely charged up. They've been sitting all night, they're fully charged. And we're gonna hold it for 30 seconds straight and see if that does the trick. That was advice given to me by a friend. And if it works, I'll say his name. If it doesn't, I'll leave him anonymous. In an effort to be quick, I'm gonna just do this from inside of here. So. All right, obviously that didn't work. I stopped counting at like 60 seconds. So I think that was probably like a minute, 15, minute 30 of just constant cranking. And as you saw, nothing happened. I was also pumping the gas pedal the whole time. That was another suggestion by somebody, and that did not help this time. So back to the drawing board. I think now what I'm gonna do,
wait for it to get warmer.
yeah, now I'm gonna either wait for it to get warmer, or I think I'm gonna take the fuel filters out and see if there's anything, like maybe we're not getting fuel for some reason. Start looking at the whole fuel line and see if maybe there's something's going on somewhere along the line, because I don't know why it wouldn't be starting. We did it! It started!
Wow!
It's still not happy.
You just gonna let it run for a while?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever gonna turn it off. It's gonna run for the next week.
That's awesome.
Yes!
Is that okay?
We definitely have an exhaust leak. The muffler is leaking. So we've got smoke coming out here. So that's on the list of things to fix now.
That seems more like more than a leak. I don't know much, but
okay, it is a new day and the weather has changed. It is now snowing, which is pretty cool. But the temperatures are higher. So I think it's about 17, 18 degrees right now. And I believe that's why the truck started yesterday. At this point, I'm pretty sure that the fuel was gelling and that's why the truck wouldn't start. I had put that Stanidine anti-gel stuff in the tank, but I don't think it was enough. And I'm pretty sure the way it was acting that was the situation. And then as soon as the temperatures went up and the sun was on the truck as well, it started up. Now, it wasn't happy, but then I drove it for a while, and then I got it up to like 40 miles an hour, 45, and after that, it wasn't smoking at all. The smoke was insane at first, but then the smoke completely went away. So I think it's got whatever the issue was out of its system, hopefully, and I think gelling was probably the issue. I don't know for a fact. I haven't taken the fuel system apart at all to check, but that's my thoughts. So what I'm going to do today, I have a bottle of this Lucas anti-gel that I had bought a while ago and I hadn't put in yet. I went ahead and put the Stanidine in instead, but I'm going to add this as well. So this is about 14 ounces. That's what they say for a 70-gallon tank, which this is pretty much full. So this is my first time opening the fuel tank, and I can't really see down in there, but we are going to add this and hope. Oh yeah, I don't see any gelling of any sort on the top. That just looks like liquid. So we're going to put that in and then hope that makes its way through the system and clears up anything that might still be in there. And hopefully keep us from having this issue again in the future, because I'm sure the temps are going to drop back down again at some point. So let's go start her up and see what happens. All right, start it back up. Plug in my little gauge so I know the volts. A little fuel. Oh wow. Oh, close. Here we go. Not too bad. It started. It's definitely puffing white smoke. It's not as bad as it was yesterday, though. Okay, definitely a night and day difference. This has only been running for like 5 minutes or so, and the amount of white smoke coming out of there, not even close to what we had yesterday. And yeah, that looks just completely normal. So that is great. So hopefully adding that Lucas anti-gel stuff will help keep that from happening again. Now you'll notice when I first turned it over and the starter just clicked, and that's all we got. I have no idea what that is. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. I sure hope that's not my starter going out. So anyway, that's all I got for the moment. We're gonna drive around in the snow. Maybe I'll get some footage. Thanks for watching.